Alright. What's up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys today with a very special fun deck that I was working on, and I had some intentions of building this earlier on when I received the support for it, but I just unfortunately didn't get the chance to build it till now. So, without further ado, let's talk about Simorgh and Harpies. Yes, this is the Harpie Simorgh deck profile, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, we're going to start off with the monster lineup. I'm running 2 copies of Simorgh of Darkness. I'm running 2 copies of Dark Simorgh. And I'm running 1 copy of Simorgh Bird of Anistry. So that is the lineup for the Simorgh big monsters. For the little ones, I'm running just 2 copies of Simorgh Bird of Beginning and 2 copies of Simorgh Bird of Bringing. Now let's move on to the Harpy portion of the monsters. I'm running 3 copies of Harpy Channeler, 2 copies of Harpy Perfumer, 2 copies of Harpy Harpist, 1 copy of Harpy Queen, 1 copy of Harpy Lady 1 copy of Cyber Harpy Lady, 1 copy of Harpy Lady Sisters, and then the last random monster in the deck is actually 1 copy of Zephyros the Elite. So that is pretty much it for the monsters. Let's move on to the spells. I'm running 2 copies of Hysteric Sign, 2 copies of Harpy's Hunting Ground, 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Rest, and 1 copy of Elegant Egotist. So those are my Harpy spells. For my Simorgh spells, I'm running 2 copies of Elboris, the Sacred Lands of Simorgh, and 2 copies of Simorgh Onslaught. Then for the rest of the spells, I'm running 1 copy of Trade-In, 1 copy of Swallow's Nest, and 1 copy of Foolish Burial. And that rounds out my spells. Onto the traps. I'm simply running 3 copies of Harpy's Featherstorm, 2 copies of Hysteric Party, and 2 copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance. So that is it for the main deck. That's actually 41 in total, and I will explain that scenario as well. So let me just move everything over here. Alright, and now we're going to go to the extra deck, where I'm simply running 2 copies of Harpy Conductor, 1 copy of Great Fly, 1 copy of Winnie the Wind Charmer Verdant, 1 copy of Fighter Fighting the Rumadal, and 1 copy of Barrel Sword Dragon. And then for the Exceed monsters, I'm just simply running 1 copy of Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, 1 copy of Tornado Dragon, 1 copy of Lightning Chidori, 1 copy of Castell, 1 copy of Dagastone Emerald, 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of Ice Beast Zero Fine, 1 copy of Gaga Cowboy, and 1 copy of Babushka, the Terribly Tired Tape Eater. So, that is pretty much it for the extra deck. Okay, so let's go over it as a whole. So the engine itself is pretty much combining both the Harpy engine and the Simorgh engine. Since Simorgh did get a lot of its new support cards, that's primarily why most of the deck, ironically enough, is Harpy, to fill in the cases of which you need a lot of wind monsters to really do a lot of stuff that the deck can offer. However, Simorgh of Darkness, Simorgh, Dark Simorgh, and Simorgh of Bird of Anistry are pretty much the 3 big birds that I'll be running with this variation. Simorgh of Darkness, whenever a level 5 or higher, what was it? Whenever a dark or wind monster is tribute summoned, you can summon this monster from your hand or your graveyard. And then you can tribute a winged beast monster to negate the activation of a spell, trap, or monster effect. The other bright side to this card is how accessible it is to summon, essentially because we are running the field spell. Sending it to graveyard won't be hard either because of cards like Foolish Burial, Trade In, and the effect of I wanted to say, what was it? Flesh Burial, Onslaught, and Trade In. Same thing with Simorgh of Anistry, but I think for the most part, we want Simorgh of Darkness in the grave more than Anistry. Now let's actually talk about Anistry for me before we talk about Dark Simorgh. Simorgh, Bird of Anistry, is a very unique monster. It's treated as a normal monster while it's in your hand. When it's on the field, the tributes of all wind monsters is one less. And then when this card is tribute summon and it's all of its tribute material are wind, you can select up to two cards your opponent controls and return those cards back to hand. It's pretty much just a way to clear out the board. I wish I had like another one of these because it would help so much. And a couple more trade-ins as well. Because this bird is really good for how this archetype is now engineering itself. I'm not saying that some more Lord of the Storm is bad. I think just some more Bird of Anistry is a little better. Funny enough, there was a monster to coincide with some more Bird of Anistry, and that was Wind Effigy. Sadly enough, this is the only wind monster that's a normal monster, or considered a normal monster, with at this high level that needs it two tributes that monster can only work with. That was actually the reason why this monster has the effect that it does, is because um, it's supposed to be a Gemini, and then they changed it at the last minute just to give it the effect of being a normal monster, and then when Effigy is the only one that can work with it. So yeah, that was pretty stupid. And then we talk about Dark some more. So pretty much all these monsters on the field, just like Darkness some more, because I forgot to mention it. These two are both treated as dark monsters. This is pretty much just an upgrade version of this. Um, Dark Simorgh's ability is that while it stays up on the field, your opponent cannot sack cards. So in combination with anti-spell, you pretty much get a lockout of your opponent. You have a monster that says no set cards. You have a continuous trap that says your opponent can't set any of their spells, and you pretty much lock them out of being able to play a lot of back row. So the only thing you really have to worry about is monster effects. But I think at that point you have Harpie's Featherstorm to help you with that case, and you have monsters to get rid of those. So when that engine needs its support, we talk about the two little birdies that give it the support. Some more bird of beginning and some more bird of bringing. So bringing pretty much helps you get some more card and add it to your hand. I was thinking of running a set of each. The problem was I was still running the Harpie engine. Um, in case in point, I wanted to get as much of the Harpie engine fixed together with this as possible because that can also offer a lot of support for some more. Just kind of like the old days when Lord of the Storm came out and you had this Harpie support in it to help you destroy back row, and then some more effect with trigger inflicting additional damage to your opponent. So while you're swarming the field with all these Harpies, you have some more stuff to um, pretty much be a big beater on the field. And these guys help even more. But these guys are also helpful as link material because they're winged beasts, and you get to a lot of the winged monsters a lot faster, or just a lot of the generic summons. But the problem with this is also the little birds, when they're supposed to summon through their own effect, you have to summon winged beasts. So be very careful of what you're going to do with these guys if you use their own effects to special summon them from the graveyard. Because that's also a benefit to the Harpies is that you have monsters that can be summoned if your opponent has no back row. So beginnings will give you that additional normal summon of a Simorgh monster, while um, Simorgh Bird of Beginnings is pretty much the Rhoda. Alright, we're going to move on from the Simorgh engine, and we got to talk about the Harpie engine. So Harpie Chandler, to bring out a lot of the Harpie monsters, utilizing her effect of pretty much the summoning monk of the Harpie engine, and still relatively good at what she does, and great at what she does, to be honest. We have Harpie Perfumer. I dropped Perfumer, two Perfumers in here, one to search for Harpies underground, the other to grab Elegant Egotist, in addition to Hysteric Sign. Because this is not a real big Harpie engine, I didn't really think I needed too many Harpie Perfumers anyway, because I still had some more engine to also think about. This is the kind of thing you think about when you're splashing in two various archetypes. How much of one archetype cards do you run over the other? Harpie Harpist was also another hard 2. primarily because of the fact that I'm not running some more Bird of Protection, and I wanted to focus the rank 4 ancient itself just purely on the Harpies. So that's why there's only 2 of these in here. And most of its targets anyway have their own means of being summoned out. The only other Harpie is Harpie. Well, the only other big Harpie is Harpie Queen, simply just to be discarded for Harpie's Hunting Ground. Harpie Lady 1 for the additional 300 attack points to all wind monsters. Cyber Harpie Lady, I'm considering, if anything, if anyone does see this, you can always drop her to make her Harpie Lady 1 for the additional attack. But I wanted an additional beater besides the Harpie Queen that can be at least summoned off of Elegant Egotist, in addition to the Harpie Lady Sisters. We're simply here to boost up Harpie Perfumer's ability to take advantage of the field spell, and to also just be another beat stick to have in terms of attack power. So with all the Harpie cards talked about, the only other monster to talk about is Zephyros. And Zephyros is here pretty much for his one-time ability. I was questioning Miss Valley Falcon, but even in that she has a lot of her own niche about her own ability, which is that, she has to bounce something in order for her to attack. So it was a very situational situation, but I figured why not just throw a Zephyros, since most of the stuff you're going to special summon anyway will be Winged Beast, or take advantage of his ability to bounce stuff back. And if anything, he's a good fodder for banishment to summon Dark Simorgh. So that's pretty much the monster look. For the spells, like I said, there's only going to be limited amounts of Harpie cards in here. So I did choose to at least run Hysteric Sign to search for Elegant Aegis, and at least be able to search for my Harpie cards from the deck if I decide to discard this for Hysteric Party, or destroy this through Harpie's Hunting Grounds effect. Speaking of Harpie Hunting Ground, 2 Harpie's Hunting Ground, because it gives that additional 200 attack and defense to all my Winged Beasts. Also, in addition to this card's effect, its ability to have Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady Sisters, when they're no more special summon, destroy spells and traps on the field. The 1 Harpie's Feather Rest just as another pot of avarice, especially for the Harpie Lady cards. And if you have Harpie Lady Sisters on the board, or a dragon with Harpie Lady 1, that's additional 2 cards inside. So more props to that. And then the Elegant Egotist for the Massive Special Summon. So I want to move these cards up here so we can talk about Aboris, the Sacred Lance of Simorgh. The best combos with this does rely on these high-level Winged Beasts. Thankfully, we have Harpie Lady Sisters, we have Simorgh of Darkness, and we have Simorgh of Anistry and Dark Simorgh, giving that feel to the Spire. To pretty much get these big Winged Beasts on the board with the additional normal summon. The bright side to Aboris is its own effect, which is just revealing a level 5 or higher Winged Beast monster from your hand, and then it reduces the amount of tributes for a Winged Beast for 1 turn. So you can just reveal Harpie Lady Sisters, and if you have Simorgh in your hand, like even Dark Simorgh or Darkness Simorgh, that's 1 less tribute you have to do. So you can at least bring them onto the field as fast as possible. And they give actually an additional 100 more than Hunting Ground. So that can also be taken advantage of as well. The only other Simorgh spell I'm running is Simorgh's Onslaught. Discard a Winged Beast, search your deck for 2 Simorgh cards with different attributes. With different attributes. This is very much just to help you get the bigger birds to your hand. Also, if it's cards in your graveyard, you can reveal a Winged Beast monster in your hand, and then for the rest of the turn, monsters with that monster's name have their level reduced by 1. So that also can help with some more, because they'll be Dark Simorgh because it'll be level 6, and you just tribute off like there. And then you can discard cards like Harpie Harpist off of Simorgh's Onslaught. She'll trigger on the end phase if she's still in the graveyard, and then you basically +3 at that point. So that is that for the basic spells. For the traps themselves, for the rest of the spells, pretty much trade-in is to help with Darkness Simorgh, putting it into the graveyard. Swallow's Nest to swap out Winged Beast for Winged Beast. And then Foolish Burial is to help with Simorgh of Darkness, Dark Simorgh, and Zephyros, sending them to the graveyard and then having them set up or already engraved for their additional effects. we move on to the trap cards, Harpie's Feather Storm is still one of the most broken hand traps you can imagine, giving an archetype its own exclusive negate monster effects is amazing. Um, in Sadly enough, yeah, we don't get the whole add one Harpie's Feather Duster from your deck or hand to the from your deck or grave back to your hand, because the TCG still does not have Feather Duster. So that is an unfortunate thing, but because you have all these winged beasts, you can take advantage of its effect. Hysteric Party pretty much had to help summon all these Harpy ladies back to the board. Um, to pretty much swarm the board with monsters you can tribute off, or you can exceed or link with. And then the other card is the anti-spell fragrance. Despite the fact that we have our own large amount of spells we're playing, if you can shut down your opponent's spell cards, that is perfectly fine, and it helps out tremendously. I was considering some other cards to help with this, but I think just for right now, this was kind of just what I had together. Maybe in a future build, I'll have some more support or some more lineup of cards together. But that's pretty much it for the traps. We're gonna move on to the extra deck. And my extra deck simply just consists of the Harpy Conductor, who not only allows you to activate Harpy's Feather Storm from your hand, but she is the Harpy extra deck monster next to Harpy's Pet Phantasmal, and at least wanted to have access to both of the Harpy extra deck monsters. Sadly enough, none of the Simorgh monsters can help make Phantasmal, but at least they can help with Conductor. Great Fly, pretty much that 500 additional attack and defense to your wind monsters in the recovery effect. Winnie, the Wind Charmer. Verdant was just someone I wanted to splice in for her additional support. Being a wind link monster, and also being able to have a Witch of the Black Forest effect for wind, to search for wind monsters as well. The Ruma doll to get the little guys back from being banished, or if I banish some Harpies to summon Dark Simorgh, it can help me get them. Feral Sword Dragon just to be an additional beat stick. And just still really good all around supportive wind monster, link monster, and especially with high attack as well. The Tornado Dragon to clear out more back row. Lightning Children Castell for additional removal. The Pot of Avarice effect of Dagastone Emerald. Sadly enough, no, we cannot social summon some more Red of Anistry off of Dagastone Emerald. The Abyss Dweller for the Graveyard. Ice Beast Zero Fine for her negation effect and her additional attack buff. Cowboy for the 800 points of damage if ever needed. And then Babushka in case we have to stall out. And then get a lot of the support and stuff ready for a massive blowout. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the extra deck, you guys. That's pretty much it for the deck profile itself. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the little sneak of me playing the hybrid between Harpies and Simorgh. It was a nice little fun setup to play around with. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will catch you guys next time. Hit that bell if you guys want to be informed when I do upload content to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.